After brutal injury, what he said next shocks everyone. It happened in a split second. One moment, the arena was shaking with playoff energy. The next, everything went silent. Victor Wembanyama was on the floor, and he was not getting up. No celebration, no roar, no movement. Just a 7'4" superstar lying face first on the hardwood in San Antonio while the entire basketball world held its breath. The night everything changed. It was Game 2 of the playoffs, Spurs versus Trailblazers, a series already filled with pressure, emotion, and rising expectations. San Antonio hadn't been in this stage since 2019. The city was alive again, and Wembanyama was the reason why. Just 2 days earlier, he delivered a playoff masterclass. 35 points, dominant defense, confidence at another level. He looked like a player built for the biggest moments in basketball. Then came Tuesday night, mid-second quarter, a routine possession. Wembanyama drives into the paint, gets bumped, tries to finish the play, and then it all goes wrong. He loses balance for a fraction of a second, but that's all it takes. At 7'4", there's no soft landing, no natural protection, no time to react. His face hits the floor hard. The moment the arena froze, it didn't look real. The ball slipped away. His body hit the hardwood. His head bounced slightly. And suddenly, there was no movement. Players stopped. Fans stopped. Even the noise in the arena just disappeared. For a few seconds, nobody knew what they were watching. Then came panic. Wembanyama tried to move. He couldn't. He tried again, slowly pushing himself up, but collapsed right back down. That's when it became clear. This wasn't just a fall. This was serious. Medical staff rushed in immediately. Teammates stood frozen. Some turned away. Others just stared. And then came the replay. It was worse than anyone expected. The shocking part no one expected. While still on the floor, barely able to sit up, Wembanyama did something that stunned everyone nearby. He spoke. Calm. Soft. Almost normal. To a teammate who rushed over, he said, "My head just hurts a little. I'm good." That was it. No panic, no fear, just reassurance. But those who understand concussions know something important. That's exactly what makes them dangerous. Because right after a head injury, athletes often feel fine. Confused, but fine. Adrenaline hides the damage. The real symptoms come later. And in that moment, Wembanyama didn't realize how serious it could be. The game continued. But the Spurs changed. He was helped off the court and immediately ruled out. Concussion protocol. No return, no chance. And just like that, everything shifted. The Spurs, who were controlling the game, started to fall apart late. The rhythm was gone. The defense lost its anchor. The offense felt empty. Portland came back and stole the game 10-06 to 10-03. Series tied. But nobody cared about the score anymore. All anyone wanted to know was one thing. Is he okay? The weight of what just happened. This wasn't just another injury story. Because Wembanyama wasn't just another player. Less than 24 hours earlier, he made history. Unanimous Defensive Player of the Year. All 100 votes. No debate. No doubt. The league had officially agreed on something that almost never happens. He wasn't just great. He was dominant in a way the NBA hasn't seen in decades. Blocks, rebounds, defensive control. He changed how entire teams attacked the rim. Some players didn't even try anymore when he was near the paint. He was also an MVP finalist at 22 years old. And this was after already overcoming a blood clot that nearly ended his second season early. So when he hit the floor that night, it didn't feel like just an injury. It felt like another test in a career already filled with them. The truth about the injury moment. Later, teammates and coaches tried to piece together what happened. It wasn't a dirty play. It wasn't a reckless foul. Just a split-second collision that went wrong. But that's what makes it scary. Basketball doesn't need dirty moments for serious injuries. Sometimes all it takes is timing, momentum, and bad luck. And for someone his size, even a normal fall becomes something else entirely. The silence after the chaos. In the locker room, things stayed quiet. Coach Mitch Johnson gave a short update. Concussion protocol, no other major injuries. That was the only relief, no fractures, no structural damage. But the real concern wasn't what they found. It was what they couldn't know yet. Because concussions don't reveal their full impact immediately. Sometimes the worst symptoms show up hours later, sometimes days. And that uncertainty is what makes everyone nervous. The team without its giant. On paper, the Spurs still have talent. Devin Vassell, De'Aaron Fox, Stephen Castle, young players stepping up. And they tried. They really did. But there's no replacing Wembanyama. Not just his points, not just his blocks. His presence changes everything. Space on the floor, passing lanes, defensive structure, even confidence. Without him, the Spurs looked like a different team in the fourth quarter. Slower, smaller, more human. And Portland noticed. They attacked the paint. They pushed the pace. And they finished the comeback. Then came the detail that changed everything. The next day, something unexpected happened. Light movement, a short workout, no worsening symptoms. And then another update. He might travel with the team. That one detail gave everyone hope again. Not certainty, just hope. Because in concussion recovery, even small steps matter, but so does patience. The real tension no one is saying out loud, here's the part people are quietly worried about. Wembanyama wants to play. Badly. That's what competitors do. But the medical reality is different. Even if he feels fine, the brain needs time. Rushing back can turn a short-term issue into a long-term problem. And that's the conflict right now. The player who wants to compete, and the system trying to protect him from himself. The twist in the story. Because here's the most unsettling part of all this. The moment he hit the floor, confused and shaken, his first instinct wasn't fear. It was calm. He reassured his teammate. He downplayed the pain. He tried to move on immediately. That mindset is what makes him special. But it's also what makes this situation dangerous. Because the same mentality that builds greatness can also ignore warning signs. Where things stand now. The Spurs are waiting. The fans are waiting. The league is waiting. Game 3 is coming fast, but nobody knows if he will be there. And honestly, that's not even the main question anymore. The real question is simpler. Not when he returns, but whether he is truly okay. Because this story isn't about a fall. It's not even about a playoff game. It's about a 22-year-old generational talent standing at the peak of his rise, suddenly reminded how fragile everything can be. And sometimes the scariest part isn't the injury itself. It's how normal it felt to him in the moment. Like it was just another obstacle to push through. But this time, the game doesn't care about toughness. It only cares about time. And right now, time is the only thing Wembanyama can't rush.